Hello, everybody. Good morning. Good morning from here in Windsor. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this live or replay from. Hold on, let me just update my banner here so we can show it later on. Okay. All right. How have you been doing, guys? It's another week in May. It's Tuesday today. And sorry, I've missed the go live session for yesterday, supposedly, but I figured, Coach Mildred and I had a really very fun and exciting and productive time last Sunday when we did collabs. So we did, you know, a duo a video ad and the live that we did last Sunday. So I figured I'd rest yesterday, so I skipped the go live session. But I'm here with you today, just quickly showing up, hopping on in here to give you some value for this Tuesday morning. And we're going to answer another FAQ or frequently asked questions. So this week we are going to do again another week-long series of FAQs. So I know I've addressed very common questions like is this legit? Is this scam? If what else? What skills do I need? Do I need to be tech savvy? Things like that. What do you really do in this business? I've addressed all of that last week. So if you haven't watched the live sessions or if you haven't seen my posts, right? Because I also did carousel posts, text posts in my business page. You can just go directly in my business page, browse the feed, or you can also click the live tab. It's there for the past week because Meta's already deleting go live or lives in their platform. So if it is already 30 days 30 days that's uploaded, they're gonna delete that already. So if you want to see the full list of the go live sessions that I did ever since I started this business, you can directly go to my YouTube channel at Tambi's Adventures. It's a family YouTube channel, but that's where I also that's where I also broadcast the lives. So again, if this is the first time that you are seeing my face, I'm so sorry for the blurred video today because I'm not using the 4K webcam and I'm here against the light, but I figured it's brighter here instead of having a fake background. But yes, if this is the first time you're seeing me, again, my name is Arian and I am a Filipina immigrant currently based here in Windsor, Ontario with my husband and two kids. I used to be an SAP programmer, a software engineer back in Manila for 12 years. And during the tail end of the pandemic, when we lost a loved one, that's when we realized that, there's more to life, that we want to do more do more and maximize the time and life that we have in this world. And so that's when my husband and I decided to come here in Canada to have a fresh start together with our kids. Fortunately, we were approved, all four of us, and now we're living here since 2022. I became a student, and while studying, I juggled multiple jobs. I started as a cleaner, move-in coordinator, and concierge. And then when I finished my program, I landed an IT analyst job in a distribution company. Here, actually, it's in Toronto. And since then, we're trying to live day by day here in Canada because we're still waiting for a permanent residency. But Of course, life here is very expensive. Here in Canada, being a first world country, yes, the government is supporting you, and we're very grateful for that. But it's also very expensive here. The goods, the bills, rent, mortgage, everything. And so we had to look for more ways to supplement our income. And that's when I found, so I Googled, I actually Googled how to earn money online. So, how to make money online. And being one that, is very like, I'm an adventurous person. I explore a lot, especially in the online space. And so I try different things. Try different things. I only was like eyeing to become a freelancer or a content creator to earn from social media, things like that, because I only had 1 to 3 hours of spare time. Imagine the busyness of that life, a year ago, a little over a year ago, before I found out about this business. So, and again, I imagine I do have a day job then, and I am taking care of my kids. They're going to school. I had to prepare, breakfast, dinner, things like that, to do the household chores. I still did have the concierge, or move-in coordinator part-time job then. And so I worked for almost 7 days in a week, just so I could earn extra. But I figured I didn't have a lot of time for my kids. They ask for time in the park, and because I was too tired, I cannot go with them. Those kind of things. And so I feel those people, those parents who are trying so hard, very hardworking, dedicated workers, but still, they are trying so hard to give time for their kids. And I guess that's why I worked or searched hard for something that I can do flexibly at home, so that I can still earn while, taking care of the household, of the kids as well. So yeah, and so I found out about this business from a video ad in my Instagram feed, and that was a little over a year ago, and I never looked back since. So that person whom I saw, I immediately sent her a message, and I asked her to mentor me because I've seen a lot of gigs online, you know what I mean. But I was always also confused of what to do, how to do it, like how do they scale up, like what's the work that's entailed in it. And so I figured that I needed a mentor. I needed someone who would really guide me so that I could earn substantially online. I don't want those gigs wherein it pays pennies. I tried Amazon affiliate marketing and I didn't really like it because it gives like what several dollars from the products that you sell. So I wanted to have or to do something more like with I had to I wanted to maximize that 1 to 3 hours of my time before going to sleep, doing something more valuable than being in affiliate marketing and just earning pennies. And so when she replied, she guided me on how I could start this online business. And again, I never looked back since. So that's what I do here. Like her, I also help struggling parents like me, who were once like me, to build a smarter income stream with a semi automated online business so that they can enjoy more precious moments with their family, especially if you have kids, right? And so, if you're interested or even curious about what this business is, just register your full name and email address in my website there, ariangale.com, and we'll send you more information and we can take it from there. We'll guide you. There's a step by step process that you have to undergo so that you can learn a lot about what the business is. Okay. So for today, we will be answering this question because I got this I always get this, but recently again, I got this question from someone who's inquiring about the business, and she's from the Philippines, and I guess she's a shy person because who would ask these kind of questions, right? If you don't want to show your face online, if you don't want to do what I do, like this go live or FB live, if you are very hesitant to approach people, and if you think that if you think that you don't want to sell, to people, I believe this question would show up a lot. So I received this recently, and so I figured that I'd answer this here in the Go Live session today. So the question is, do I have to show my face online, or do I have to do, right, what you are doing? Okay. So let's start from the beginning. And again, when I tried to look for ways of how I could earn online, I wasn't even looking for a business. Okay. Again, I was looking to be a freelancer, maybe in coding, maybe a little bit about what I do as a programmer, maybe contractual work, or what else? Being a content creator, because I'm also a creative, I believe. What else? Those kind of small things that you can do online, like, with little effort, then you put it out there. I also tried creating ebook, by the way. And I figured it's very difficult to be alone, doing freelancing, especially when you are in the beginning, because there are a lot of information in the online space, and it gets confusing if you watch, this mentor or this guru or this teacher, and then you're gonna watch another one, and that they have sometimes similar views and sometimes contradicting views as well, and so it's difficult to gauge which ones are true, which ones you're gonna follow, you know what I mean? So when I started this, again, I wasn't looking for a business. I only ever knew about what these people are doing here when I watched the webinars. Okay, so, and that is when I came in this business, that's when I realized that, oh, that's why you are leading people to watch the 90-minute webinar, and it is because there's a step-by-step process that you have to follow, right? Because again, there's a reason for that, because people get easily overwhelmed, and when they perceive it in not a very pleasant way, they would probably think that it's a lot of work. Okay, they would probably think that it's a lot of work because it's new to them, right? Because it was new to me. I also was overwhelmed. I am overwhelmed actually with a lot of the things that you have to do. But this is what I tell you. When I found out what this business is, and I got immersed in it for a year, I was juggling different jobs, different things during the first year when I started my own business. And that was still my learning curve. I got overwhelmed. I got easily overwhelmed. I was consistently working on my mindset because I still have this sometimes, you know, um, from time to time during that year, I still had thoughts of quitting. Of course, we're, regular, normal people. We easily think about that when we get overwhelmed, when we get tired or exhausted, much like when we were in the corporate world, right? So that's what I felt. And I just never stopped. And when I learned all of the things that's included in the business, that's when I realized that, oh, this is why, we have to, that's why we have to usher people into the business opportunity, have them watch the webinars first, okay, the 90-minute webinar, and the videos, discovery videos, once you pay the 149 USD. And after that process, that's when they will come to us and decide if it's really for them. Because that from the 90-minute webinar to paying the 149 USD to watching the discovery videos, you will learn a lot about how this platform works. We are fully transparent of how this business is running for a lot of people who are in it, and it's not a simple system. Okay, that I'm again being 100% fully transparent to you. It's not a simple system, but what makes it easy to do is that all of the things that you have to learn once you decide to start your own online business, you have step by step training, step by step video based training. And apart from that, you also have a personal mentor, and you also have a coach, and you also have a community support. So there's a lot of resources that you can use, that you can consult, right? If you are running the business, and that's versus looking at different teachers in YouTube, in Google, in the social media, teaching you all of these things. We already have it inside our community, and it's proven working. So how do we say that it's proven working? In our community, in our whole community global, we already have more than 200,000 people who already joined us in this platform. Okay, 200,000 plus people. But still, not everybody, is doing the business, because it's only for, I totally believe, for people who have faith, of course, because that's the very first thing that you need to have, because you will take a risk, right? You need to be hardworking, dedicated, you need to be consistent, you need to be coachable, because once you're in, there's no turning back. You cannot unsee it. You cannot unsee it. You have to learn to push forward once you're in the business, so that you can achieve the goals that you set for your own online business, right? So when I learned about that, that's when I decided that, yeah, I could help other people do the same. Other parents, other moms like me do the same. So I was exhausted back in the corporate world. I was sickly. And then when I found this, and when I achieved work-life balance here, um, that was very priceless to me. Sometimes I still can't believe that I am waking up late in the morning doing this go live, and then after this hopping on my day job. After the day job, I'd go to the taekwondo dojang with the kids. Sometimes we go and take dinner outside. Those kind of things. That's really priceless, because I get to open up and talk to my kids, even very personal stuff. You know what I mean? So I totally believe I won't be able to achieve that. We won't be able to achieve that as parents if we're still tied to our work in the Philippines. And also, tied to multiple jobs here in Canada. So yeah, so that's it. And when I joined this business, I didn't even really think about going live. I didn't really even think about going live. What I thought was I could post, like I could post, because that's what I regularly do in my social media accounts. I already post photos. I already tell my stories. If you've been following me for a while now, you'll see how I tell some of my personal stories, right? And I feel the need to share it, because I feel that at least one person could learn from it. So that's what I do. Even before I started my own online business, that's what I do. I post on my social media pages. So I do have Facebook, my personal profile. I do have an Instagram account. I do have a TikTok account, but I don't really update it that much. We do have a family YouTube channel. That's what I mentioned earlier. But we only update the YouTube channel. Actually, the Instagram and YouTube are actually for our um family portfolio. I use that as a virtual album. So YouTube is for the videos, Instagram is for the photos. So when I learned that I had to post these my story, photos, family photos, personal photos, that's totally fine with me because I do that regularly. But I didn't really think that I do go lives like this. So um what one thing that I really liked is that I wasn't really forced to do these go lives. I would like, to be honest, 100%. I'm not forced to do the go lives. I just got inspired by these people from our community, right? And they are always they are encouraging us, yes. But of course, as your own online business, as an own online business owner, like, because you are your own boss, nobody tells you that, oh, this is required. Unlike when you're in the corporate world, wherein you have a boss that you really have to adhere to, like it's required, right? Unless you want a poor performance evaluation, right? So so yeah, that's what I did. I just followed successful coaches and mentors in our online business because I knew they're doing this. And the reason for this is that we wanted people to see that we are authentic people, that we are genuine, that we are real people in this online business community. Especially in this day and age we're in, there's a rise of automation and AI, right? Even when there's AI to support us or to assist us with what we do here online, we wanted to be fully exposed, because that's when. And before, I'm a really shy person. If you've been my friend in elementary, in high school, and even in college, I wasn't like this. I was a very shy, timid person. I do have a very small circle of friends, you know what I mean? So, very close knit friends. And and I was very hesitant, awkward, even when I get to be around, a lot of people. I am scared to start a conversation, things like that. And only here in this online business where I was able to learn to be confident in front of the camera and in front of people as well. Like, I'm still learning. I'm still learning. Sometimes I still feel that I'm awkward when I'm in a gathering. But we're learning. All the things that we do here, it's part of the learning curve. It's part of the process. It's part of the journey. And as a business owner, of course, you don't get to do business just by doing business because it's your hobby. I don't think so. Of course, you want to profit, you want to earn, you want revenue, right? So if you think, your inner self is compelled to do these kind of things, then it's up to you, totally up to you, because you are your own boss in this online business, right? So if you are inspired, then good for you. If you're inspired, if you're motivated, then good for you. That's what I Another thing that I love about this community is that every day you can get a resource, just like podcasts on YouTube, wherein you can just watch, stories of our fellow online business owners and be inspired. Because even if they are struggling, even if they were struggling before, even if they were like regular, ordinary people, like me, as an IT professional, as teachers, firefighters, financial advisor, what else? Admin, those who have admin jobs, who are managers, even, and directors, doctors, lawyers, accountants, we do have a lot of professionals, stay at home moms, and moms, dads, grandparents here in our online business community. Because imagine the kind of group that we have, that 200,000 plus, you know, online business owners who have checked, what we have here in this. What I would leave you this Tuesday morning is that, you know um there are a lot of people already achieving success in the online space. There are a lot of information that you can see there. However, because also it's an open platform, the internet, right? Information gets confusing most of the time, if not all of the time. Like, even I, as an IT professional, I don't know which one to believe, right? But what matters is that you do your due diligence, you research about the business, what you're getting into. And that's what we love about this business, because we show you 100% transparency before you even set your foot in it. You don't really have to do everything that we do here in the beginning, right? And even, if you have achieved milestones in the business, it's up to you on what up to you, your control on what you want to do with your business. And this business doesn't really ask you to become an influencer, okay? It's not like those social media influencers or content creators na may post lang. Okay, this is a legit business. Sometimes, there are actually fellow online business owners where they didn't have a lot of followers, but they're still getting success in the business. They still earn money here. So I guess it's really up to you to be resourceful, because all of the information you need is handed to you. And what we only ask you to be is to be real, to be yourself, and to be relatable. I totally believe that each one of us is relatable, because we each have our own stories. Dati, di ko rin alam na my story could be inspiring or motivating to others. But then eventually I learned that they're reaching out to me as well, saying, ang galing mo kasi you've come to Canada without the agency, without, just DIY and things like that. And I appreciate that. I totally appreciate that, because it's hard work. That was dedication for me, right? Because it's for the future of my family. So if you think that your story is nonsense, or if you think that your story is not relatable, then think again. Or maybe just change your perspective or your mindset, because it is, because we are unique people, right? Our own stories could inspire a lot of people, and we are doing a disservice to this world if we're not sharing those inspiring stories that you may have. So again, to answer your question, ang haba na, di ba? But to answer your question, yes, you don't really have to do everything that we're doing, when in the beginning, when you start your business. But then I totally believe that eventually you will develop those skills, and you will thrive in this business, because we all have been there, done that here in the business. And even now, not everybody is doing the go lives, not everybody is doing the videos, you know what I mean? And even in our training site, we already have faceless marketing course. So it's up to you to be resourceful, and to keep on going when you start this business. Again, everything's given to you already, so you can still build quietly, confidently, and still show up for your business powerfully, right? So even if you are shy, even if you're hesitant to approach people, this is what is good about this business, because you don't have to bug your friends and family. You don't have to do a prospect list, or things like that. We have a very unique business model, and if you are interested to check that out, again, you can register in my website below, ariangale.com. Enter your full name and email address, and I will send you more info about it. If you have questions, just comment them down here, or you can directly approach me, send me a DM or a private message, and ask your questions. I'll be happy to address those. So I guess that's it from me today. Ang haba na din. Right? But I appreciate you watching this live or replay. If you are, very hesitant but curious, I suggest you really just, take a dip, check out the business and see if this is for you. Anyway, it's risk free. If you pay the 149 USD fee, that will be refunded to you if you think that it's not for you. If you think after your research, your due diligence, and talking to people in the community, and you think that this business is not for you, we easily refund you the 149 USD. Okay, so that's it from me today, guys, and I hope you're having a great day, great week. I'll see you again tomorrow in my next live. We're going to answer another FAQ. If you think that this could, be valuable to someone, just share the video or rewatch it again if you want some motivation or inspiration. You can visit my social media pages, my Facebook profile, my Facebook business page, the YouTube channel that we have, TikTok as well, Instagram, and look around and see. We are all real people who are having real results in business. So again, guys, have a great day, great night, and I'll see you again tomorrow in my next live. God bless everyone, and bye for now.